Today we'll be talking on the powers of the landlord to enter your apartment when he has rented it out. The powers of a landlord to re-enter an apartment when he has rented it out. Now, we've seen so many landlords. You know that this house is a subject of rent, and after renting out the apartment, you still enter the apartment whenever you want. You on the guise that you are the landlord, it's your house and you have the right to enter into somebody's apartment anytime you want to. Now, let me give you a shocker. As a landlord, immediately you rent out an apartment, you can no longer enter the apartment when it suits you. When you rent out an apartment, it's no longer yours for that moment. Ownership is yours. Possession is in the hands of another. And the law recognizes that person and also empowers that person to maintain an action in trespass against you if you enter into the apartment without his consent. So the take from this video for now is that immediately you rent out an apartment as a landlord, you can no longer enter into that apartment because it's no longer in your care at that moment. It is the care of another, and the law recognizes possession than ownership as regards rented apartment. Now, but is it in all instances that the landlord cannot enter a rented apartment? The answer is no. The landlord can enter a rented apartment, but there are conditions. Number one, the tenancy agreement. You know, I've been hammering on the tenancy agreement and the importance of a landlord to have a tenancy agreement with a tenant before the tenant moves into an apartment. The tenancy agreement, when you have one with your tenant, might give you the powers to enter into a rented apartment. Yes. There's a term in the tenancy agreement that will empower you to enter into a rented apartment. Maybe for inspection or for some other things. Some tenancy agreements will read the landlord has the power to come and inspect properties in the house for every 3 months. Some will say yearly, some will say every 6 months. So if the tenancy agreement empowers you to enter into a rented apartment, you can enter and the tenant cannot do anything. Secondly, in emergency situations, maybe there's a fire outbreak or some emergency cases that came up, the landlord might enter into the apartment to safeguard life and properties. These are the only instances the landlord can enter into an apartment which is a subject of rent without incurring liability. Now, the final take from this video is, if you are a tenant, you have exclusive possession. Exclusive possession. The landlord cannot interfere with your apartment. The landlord's agents, his sons and daughters cannot interfere with your apartment, even if you're owing rent. But when your tenancy agreement says that the landlord can come and inspect the apartment, it stands. The landlord can come and inspect the apartment on the number of months you agreed on. Now, when there is fire